Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Who is Phyllis and Sharon's captor at Havenhurst Psychiatric Facility? The Young and the Restless YNR spoilers reveal that someone is holding Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford and Sharon Newman Sharon case hostage at the old Havenhurst Psychiatric Facility. But who is their captor? Let us consider some clues from the February 25th episode as we work to nail down the person responsible. For starters, Phyllis suggested they were likely in this mess because of Sharon, who has a history of mental health issues. However, Sharon fired back that maybe somebody decided Phyllis should finally get the help she needed instead. Sharon added that Phyllis did get treatment years ago, so that may have been a hint that Phyllis is mostly to blame for their joint time in captivity. Another clue backs that up since the captor eventually played a song over the loudspeaker that left Phyllis especially agitated. Sharon could tell that Phyllis had a tense reaction to the music and kept trying to get Phyllis to remember if it was familiar to her. Phyllis was too upset and stubborn to even try, but we say this song is indeed connected to a memory in her past, one that she shares with her captor. It's worth mentioning that the song used in the show is Misty Moon by the Sunset Sound featuring Shelby Lynn. It's got a bluesy vibe and features some interesting lyrics that talk about a nightbird singing a mournful song. The song also reflects on being left with nothing but the ghost of you and expresses hope that they'll see each other again underneath the misty moon. Could this relate to Phyllis' faked demise, especially since Sharon threw that scheme in her face as they fought on the February 25th episode? Some viewers have suggested Jeremy Stark James Hyde might somehow still be alive and out for revenge, or that maybe someone connected to him is trying to avenge him instead. Jeremy proved he likes psychological games when he helped Phyllis play dead to frame Diane Jenkins Abbott Susan Walters. Phyllis ultimately killed Jeremy in self-defense once their partnership went south. However, it's tough to see what Sharon would have to do with any of that. The captor confirmed that this is about Sharon, Phyllis, and no one else, so Sharon is definitely a factor in some way. It's possible there could be some sort of Patty Williams-Stacey Hayduke related twist, since she's had storylines tied to both Phyllis and Sharon in the past. Patty would also have a psychiatric facility connection, so that's worth keeping in mind. Even if Patty isn't behind this, someone could be acting on her behalf. That said, the song almost makes it seem like Phyllis' ex-lover who also has some link to Sharon. There's a chance this storyline will involve some real YNR history, but it's also possible it'll be some newly invented curveball that the show just pretends was part of the past. David Pressman has been cast in an unknown role that Michelle Stafford hyped up on her Instagram account. Could Pressman be playing the captor, or is he perhaps playing Aristotle Dumas instead for a completely different storyline? Regardless, Phyllis and Sharon have to work as a team to play this game with the goal of staying alive. Their captor used a voice changer to disguise their identity and refused to divulge their name, so maybe figuring out who's at fault is part of the game. The Young and the Restless spoilers say some wild stuff is still to come for Sharon and Phyllis, so stick with us for more captor predictions and updates on any big news ahead. In the ever-twisting world of The Young and the Restless, one mystery has kept fans on the edge of their seats for weeks: Phyllis Summers and Sharon Rosala's shocking disappearance and the questions surrounding their captor at the eerie Havenhurst Psychiatric Facility. While the storyline has many layers, one thing is for certain: the mystery of who is behind the abduction is becoming even more puzzling as more clues surface. Let us dive into the latest twists and explore some theories that have left Genoa City in suspense. The disappearance. It all began with a shocking turn of events at a local gathering, where Phyllis and Sharon were last seen together. The two women had been in the midst of their usual rivalry, but their personal grievances quickly took a back seat as something far darker came into play. Both women were inexplicably taken and whisked away to a secluded location, Havenhurst Psychiatric Facility. This facility, hidden deep in the woods, was known to be a place for the most vulnerable, those who had lost their grip on reality and found themselves under the control of powerful individuals. Phyllis and Sharon, however, were not the type to ever be easily dominated, and their disappearance immediately raised eyebrows. While no one knew who had orchestrated the abduction, the plot quickly thickened with a series of cryptic clues. Phyllis, with her fierce independence, and Sharon, who had a gentle yet resilient nature, were both out of their element in this nightmarish scenario. As they struggled to make sense of their surroundings and the bizarre behavior of the staff, fans began to wonder, who could have orchestrated such a bold and dangerous scheme? Was it someone with a vendetta against the two women, or was it something more insidious, an attempt to manipulate the very fabric of Genoa City itself? Theories behind the Captor. 1. Nikki Newman, the dark side of the matriarch. A fan-favorite theory involves none other than Nikki Newman, the matriarch of the Newman family. Known for her strength and grace, Nikki has always been a pillar of the Genoa City community. However, recent tension between Nikki and Phyllis has set the stage for a potential dark turn. What if Nikki, fed up with Phyllis' constant interference in her family's affairs, took drastic action to eliminate her once and for all? Nikki's loyalty to her family runs deep, and her protective instincts, especially when it comes to her children, are legendary. Could she have decided that the only way to rid herself of Phyllis' constant threat was to abduct her and keep her hidden away? And while Sharon might not seem as obvious a target, perhaps Nikki believed that Sharon's close ties with Phyllis could create more problems than solutions. 2. Victor Newman, mastermind or just protecting his empire? Of course, no discussion of the Young and the Restless would be complete without mentioning Victor Newman. The Newman patriarch is notorious for controlling every aspect of his family's lives, but his ruthless tendencies extend far beyond just business dealings. Victor has a long history of orchestrating events from behind the scenes, and it wouldn't be a stretch to imagine him pulling the strings on this one. The question is, why would Victor target Phyllis and Sharon? Could he have grown tired of their constant interference in his personal and business affairs? Perhaps he felt that keeping the women locked away in the psychiatric facility would be the best way to prevent them from further destabilizing his carefully constructed empire. In his eyes, it would be a necessary measure to preserve peace in Genoa City and protect his family from any potential fallout that could arise from their meddling. 3. The return of Diane Jenkins, the Queen of Manipulation. Another theory that has taken hold among YNR fans is that Diane Jenkins could be behind the abduction. Diane's return to Genoa City has stirred up a whirlwind of drama, especially in her complicated relationship with Jack Abbott. Known for her manipulative ways and ability to spin webs of deceit, Diane could very well be behind the kidnapping. Diane's long-standing rivalry with Phyllis, coupled with Sharon's close ties to many in the Abbott family, would make both women prime targets for someone seeking to secure their position and take down enemies. If Diane had been biding her time, waiting for the right moment to strike, taking out Phyllis and Sharon could be her way of re-establishing control over her own fate in Genoa City. The thought of Diane hiding behind the veil of a psychiatric facility as a secret mastermind is a thrilling twist that fans wouldn't put past her. 4. A new villain, an unseen hand. Then there's the possibility that the Captor is a completely new character, someone who has been lurking in the shadows all along. YNR has a rich history of introducing new characters with nefarious motives, and the idea that a new villain has emerged to shake things up isn't out of the question. Could someone from Phyllis or Sharon's past be seeking revenge for long-forgotten wrongs, or perhaps a business rival, one who feels threatened by their influence in Genoa City, has decided to strike a devastating blow? If this theory proves true, the identity of the Captor could shock fans to their core. The reveal of a new villain would open the door to fresh drama and intrigue, offering fans a chance to witness the unfolding of a brand new, high-stakes storyline. The growing suspense. As Phyllis and Sharon continue to struggle for their freedom within the walls of Havenhurst Psychiatric Facility, tensions in Genoa City continue to rise. Both women have been resourceful and strong-willed, but they are trapped in an environment that's designed to break down even the strongest minds. Their lives are in the hands of whoever controls the facility, someone who clearly knows how to manipulate and control. The suspense is palpable as viewers are left to wonder who could be behind the sinister plot. Every clue, every action taken by Phyllis and Sharon, only deepens the mystery, leading us to believe that there's more to this story than meets the eye. Could the captor be someone with a deep, personal connection to Phyllis or Sharon? Could the women's time in the facility reveal long-buried secrets, dark truths that could shake the very foundation of Genoa City? The possibilities are endless, and the answers are only just beginning to unfold. Fans will be glued to their screens as the mystery takes its next dramatic turn. Conclusion: the countdown to the reveal. As the days go by, fans are becoming more desperate for answers about Phyllis and Sharon's captor at Havenhurst Psychiatric Facility. Will it be a familiar face from the past, or is there an even darker force at play? One thing is for sure, The Young and the Restless is ramping up the drama to unimaginable heights, and the revelation of the captor's identity will undoubtedly change the course of the story forever. Stay tuned, because the truth is just around the corner, and when it finally comes to light, Genoa City will never be the same again.